Hello, FlossTube. It's Julie. It is November 12th at, it's almost 12 o'clock at night, I think. So, anyway, so it will be uploaded on November 13th. So, I did find another new whip that I didn't remember that I had. So, this is Fairy Tale by Dimensions. With the glare. It's a larger, of course, it's a larger Dimensions project, but I'm really happy with it. I started it not too long ago, so it was also one of the Dollarama purchases during the summer. So this is where I am. So this is the left-hand side of the piece, the top left-hand side. It was going to be a round-robin piece. I don't really know what happened to that group. It dissipated. I thought that it would be fun. Of course it would be. But then it was supposed to start in July, and then people were busy, and life happens, and I keep cutting off my head, so hold on. There we go. Better? Ha. Fairy Tale by Dimension just got added to my wheel today. I worked a little bit on a lot of things, and I found the oatmeal Ada. It was currently being used for the Halloween sampler, which I did not work on, but I found the Ada, so I figured why not show you. So this is where that is. Can't see what I'm doing. Alright, so that's where I left off, but that's fine. And I brought this piece out because I wanted to show you how far I had gotten on the Enchanting Butterfly. Not Butterfly. Enchanting Dragonfly by Doreen Jones. And I got pretty far, but then I recall telling you that I had to frog it out because I was off by a stitch and I wanted it all symmetrical. So this is how far I got. So I had all of this done. Somewhere in here, somewhere in this line, there's a counting issue. So I had started his body, I started the antenna part, I think, up here. I think this is part of his wing, of course, and the eye. But, yeah, not happy. Not happy with it. So that's that. I might need to frog some of it for the purple, for the 208 that I'm using, but we'll see how that goes. But this is where I am now. I don't know if that's any different than what it was before, but that's where I am now. So I'm only working on the top part, the top 15 stitches by the first page. Anyway, and then that, if you missed it, is going to look like this by the end. So, if my nose would stop scratching, that would be great. But, scratching, itching, whatever. But, that's that. And that was out of the World of Cross Stitching episode. I did it again, not an episode. Issue 270. This one. Alright, so I worked a little bit on, I showed you last time I filmed, I had found this. This one. So, Be My Honey. It was part of a page-a-day calendar for 2010. So I'm working on 28 count linen of light mocha linen, and I am here. Hold on, I will show you in a second. So yeah, so I finished one of the bumblebees, one of the bees' wings. So that's pretty exciting. I can maybe call that a finish. Huh? No. I know it's not a finish. Anyway. That's okay. Because who needs finishes when you have whips that you continuously find, right? Because everybody just needs more whips. Alright. Put that all back so that it doesn't get lost with Simon and the cats. I had another start this week, only because I had 2 days off in a row. So I decided to start, actually the one that's on the cover of this. So it's called Come Sail Away. And I only got one teeny tiny little thing done, but at the same point, it's a start. It's the letter R. So that's in the middle of the piece. That word's eventually going to say summer. These are the called for colors. So $3.21 and $9.95. Sorry, in frame. This is a weird light. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's making everything super washed out. I don't know. Anyway. Just trying out a new room. That's all. Alright. So, that one was by Ursula Michael, by the way. Ursula Michaels. Ursula Michaels. Another one that I spun today. And I knew I didn't want to potentially stitch it, but I spun it like 3 or 4 times today without even... Anyway, so I'm like, I guess I'm destined to stitch this today. So this one is No Pain, No Gain, by the New Berlin Company. He's just a little bear on a skipping rope. Anyway, and so I've completed 2 of the colors. So the dark brown outline, and then the lighter inside of the bear. His head is off by 1 row, but nobody knows that except for me, so that's the way it's going to stay. And I don't know if I have one more thing to show you. I think I've already shown you it, but I just used the same fabric for Come Sail Away. So I think that's the reason why it was out. But I can show it again, of course, because, you know, why not? Why not? Be Who You Are by Lizzie Kate. I don't think this was a new find. I think it was a new find from last week. But, anyway, here it is. So, I decided I wanted to work down, so I started with the B, and then filled in, and then after this section is done, then I'm going to move on to the next section. I don't know why. That's just the way it ended up working out. I'm really liking this piece as well. It's, I just like Lizzie Kate. That's all. I guess. One more. So, I also spun this week, since I last made a video. Also spun this week, I call it the coffee piece. I don't really know what the name of it is. Anyway, I know a bunch of you have done it. Clearly I haven't done it yet. It's not finished. Someone in one of the stitchers in Cross Stitch Wheel of Whips finished it, but she finished it on white, a white background with multicolored. It looks fantastic. So, anyway, this was too far ahead for me to be able to take it all out and do again, but this is where I am. Last time you saw it, I had all of this done, and then it's just, I did fresh in this line. My channel name is Silver Comet, but if you also want to look up SylverStitches, it's also SylverStitches. I don't really know, because there have been some stitchers who have asked me, what's your channel name? I can't find you. I originally started out with Silver Comet, and then I moved over to SylverStitches because that's what I really wanted. But that's that. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So, stitching is done. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's been going on with me. So, me and my life, I guess. My husband has a terminal illness, and it is some days it's really hard, of course, because in the end you know it's going to happen, but as for now, it's almost as if his esophagus is closing, so it's getting harder and harder some days for him to breathe, which is hard. Every day he's in pain, but it mostly affects his arms, but it feels like it's a whole body aching situation. The muscles are tightening so that it's almost like he is essentially going to be frozen. Not frozen, of course, but like they become really hard. So he goes for treatments. He's on, you know, a whole lot of meds, but yeah, so it's a mimic of Schleroderma, so it's not full-fledged, it's just like a copy, like a mimic. So he was diagnosed with it 6 years ago, and I wasn't with him at the time, but he made it through. So the doctors have prescribed him many, like I said, many medications to try and help alleviate the pain, to try and make his arms softer. But eventually, who knows when, right? Not to be a total downer in this video, but he wanted me to mention it so that if anybody knows, we're in Canada, so if anybody knows any non-medical things he should be doing or could be doing to try and get him through. I know the doctors for 6 years have been trying their best to prescribe and help and do whatever for him, but yeah, he's just now trying to, since I started these, he's like, talk to them about me, talk to them about me. So if anybody knows, then that would be great. Just leave a comment below, message me, find me on Instagram, message me there. You can email me, SylverStitches@outlook.com. If you have any stories or if you have any helpful tips on anything. So, yeah, that's to bring it back to stitching, because I know that this is floss tube and not help my husband. I did find over the last week, I was at Schleroderma, and they have come out with just a fabric sheet. So I don't know what the count is. I wanted to be able to dye it. I don't know how to do that. I got as far as getting a bowl and the cloth, and I have RIT, and I also have a powdered dye. I don't know which is going to work better. I know the RIT works because I dyed my bridesmaids' dresses with it, and it seemed to really help. Not help. They completely turned purple. It was fantastic. But this is the... So you can see... I don't know if you can... I can see at least. There's enough space for it to be at least... I can see the holes. It's probably in the 28 count range. I haven't measured it, of course, because, you know, why would I do that? But it's just frustrating that it doesn't say anywhere. But of course, why would it say? But it is a 16 by 20 piece, so it is a relatively really large piece of fabric. I picked up 2, and if I can dye it, then I am going to get other colors, because it only comes in, other pieces, because it only comes in this tan color. So, to sum up, I found a new piece again, because that seems to be the thing of the week. Found Fairy Tale by Dimensions. It was hiding. I worked on my little bear. He's, if I continue him, he should be done in the next few days, but of course it's up to the wheel. I stitched on my coffee piece. And I started another piece. I started the Come Sail Away by Ursula Michaels. I could never get it out. Super tiny start, only because it was a super busy day. Here's Be My Honey that I got out of like a page-a-day calendar book, or a stitch a day, I guess. You can see it in the bag. I'm really enjoying stitching on the linen. I didn't know that I missed it so much since I had stopped, but yeah, I think that is it. So, questions, comments, anything else, that's great. And yeah, if you have any news, any information about Schleroderma, or any tips or tricks that could alleviate pain overall, let me know. A lot of the time he's resting, not necessarily sleeping, but most of the time, most of the days nowadays, he's been resting a lot. So he's only up for a couple hours every day. So it's a little hard to get through life, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So until the next time I either find something that I want to show you, or stitch enough to say maybe I have a finish, maybe, I will talk to everybody later. Have a great night, or a great day, or a great time. I'm hoping that you'll be able to find time to stitch and not have too much life get in the way. So I will talk to you later, everybody. Bye!